Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you are all really well. Today's video is everyone's favorite topic, and that is footwear. I feel like footwear is one of those things that probably I get the most questions about, and I think that's because it's pretty much where we start and struggle with all of our outfits. We need something that is practical, comfortable, reliable, easy to wear all day, but also that is stylish and looks good with the rest of your outfits and your clothes and fits in with everything in your wardrobe. So there's really so much criteria to think about when you're thinking of footwear. So in order to make things a little bit easier for you, I have actually teamed up with Flattered on this video to bring you two of my favorite pieces of footwear for the new season and show you not only outfit ideas, because it will be outfit inspo, but also how and why I'm pairing and styling these pieces together so that it makes things easier for you. We're going to be talking about colors, we're going to be talking about balancing, we're going to be talking about proportions, as well as styling tips and ideas. So hopefully it will be a really useful video for you. So Flattered is a Scandinavian brand. If you're not familiar with them already, then where have you been? Because they're all I talk about, especially over on Instagram. I've actually worked with them a lot over the past maybe year and a half on Instagram. But not only that, I do talk about their shoes all the time. I wear their pieces in all my videos. I wear their bags in nearly every single reel. I have a pair of loafers that I've worn on repeat. And what I love about Flattered is that every time I post a piece and I see how many of you are clicking on their pieces, they're so good, but then I get the feedback from you as well saying how good these pieces are. I've raved about my bonbon leather loafers in the past. Recently actually, I wore them in New York because they're just so comfortable to walk around in all day, and I love it when I receive a message back saying you've got them and they're also so comfortable. So I feel really lucky to be working with a brand that I think really suits my style. They're very much focused on uncompromising quality. Their shoes have a real luxe feeling about them, and what I really love about all of their designs is that they're very classic. It kind of feeds towards the idea of not over consuming and being a bit more conscious and thoughtful of that, so that all their shoes have this kind of real classic, timeless, wearable feel, but also got a modern twist to them. So they still feel contemporary and fresh while standing the test of time, and I think that kind of falls for all their footwear that they do. So let's talk about the first pair, and I'll go into the first outfit. I've got 3 different looks for each pair of shoes. I've also got a belt to show you, and I've got some bags that I wear on repeat that I have from them. I'm sure you'll have seen these bags on me before. But the first are these Sara croc loafers, leather loafers. These are handmade in Spain. They do actually come in other colors as well, and that's something else I really like about Flattered. They do kind of their classic core styles and tend to bring them out in a couple of different shades. So there really is something for everyone. But I do think this is a particularly good one for this time of year, for everyone. I think both of the pairs I'm going to show you today are really universal. And these are just like a traditional classic penny loafer style, but the croc just gives them something extra. They've got a relatively chunky sole, but there's nothing too chunky about these. They're not too trend-led, but they've just got a little modern nod to them, making them a very wearable piece for kind of every occasion. So the first way I'm wearing them is with this slightly more workwear look. So they pair really nicely with straight leg trousers. I love wearing a classic loafer with straight leg trousers. And then I've got simple shirt and blazer. And I think the key to when you're wearing a chunkier loafer, as we go into the new season, our shoes are getting a bit heavier, a bit chunkier. With a chunkier loafer like this, I think it's important to balance it out on the top. Now that doesn't necessarily have to be a blazer. I've used a blazer in this occasion, but I do think a long sleeve is a good way to do this and create that balance within your outfit. And then I've also added this belt, also from Flattered. They have a really nice range of classic accessories, bags and belts, and I absolutely love this one. I feel like this is my ultimate thickness of belt. It's not too wide, it's also not too skinny, So it will go with everything. It will go on skirts and trousers, on jeans. And I really like that the croc of this just gives it something a little bit extra, particularly for the new season. I think it really kind of stands out, but is very wearable at the same time. The buckle is very minimal, very chic, very easy to put with everything. And also the gold on the buckle isn't too orangey. So I think you could definitely wear silver or gold with this buckle. So definitely one of those universal belts that everyone can wear. And I think it just ties in really nicely with the loafers in this outfit. And I think if we're again talking about balancing your shoes, if you want to do that via a belt, then this would be a really good choice with the Sara loafers, because it does just create that balance. It brings some of that darkness to the top of your outfit, and also with this especially, it brings the croc and creates that balance in the top half of your outfit with the bottom half of your outfit. I mean, that's not essential, but I just think it's a nice little touch that kind of brings the outfit all together. Just before we move on to outfit number 2, I'll pop the discount code on screen for you, and also in the description box below in case you are interested in shopping the Flattered pieces. They have a really nice variety on there as well. Some of my favorite shoes ever are on the site. My chunky boots that I wore all last year, my bonbon leather loafers, my new ballet flats. They've got so much variety in all classic pieces. I'll leave as well links below to shop these pieces exactly, and sizing information too. So for my next outfit, I wanted to show how you can do these loafers in a more casual kind of way. And I think leggings is a really nice way to do that. It feels a little bit less expected than jeans maybe. I think oftentimes we probably think a loafer will just go with straight leg trousers, but actually it's nice to pair them with different things and think outside the box a little bit. Now the key here with the leggings is because they are very skin tight and the loafers are quite chunky, we need to create a bit of the balance on top. So again, you don't have to do this with a coat. I kind of wanted to show what I'd wear smart casual when I'm out and about. You can do this with anything oversized on top. Big oversized sweatshirt, big chunky knit if you wanted to. I've gone for a knit here, which is quite oversized, and then the coat as well. I think the longer length of the coat definitely helps to balance out those shoes. It doesn't have to be a black coat, but I do think the kind of length and shape of this coat helps to balance out the shoes. Or you could even do a blazer with this. I think an oversized blazer, maybe with a bit of a shoulder pad, it doesn't have to be too exaggerated, would definitely again help to balance out those shoes. So I think that's really key to note at this time of year. I think it's all about balancing that footwear out. When it comes to kind of warmer, more durable footwear, it usually is a little bit heavier looking. So it's all about balancing that out on top. And you can do this in multiple different ways. And I think the beauty of this look as well is you can kind of change it as you want. So you could go for like a t-shirt and an oversized blazer if you wanted a lighter look. You could go for a really lightweight trench coat if you're in a warmer country, and like a long t-shirt. You could go again for a big roll neck if it was a bit colder, and a heavier coat. So definitely ways you can adapt this depending on where you are. And then my final look with the loafers are with the baggier jeans. Again, you don't have to go for that straight style. I think a lot of people maybe automatically would go for a straight leg with these loafers. But it doesn't have to be a straight style. I think one thing I would say though, I do think you need to see your foot on show a little bit. And you can put socks with this. Socks would work really nicely. Even like a sheer black sock will look so good with these. So don't feel like you need your kind of bare skin on show. It could be a sock as well, or a plain black sock, like a glittery sock I've seen a lot of people do, or even a white sock is a bit more of a kind of Gen Z sort of look to contrast your socks with your loafers. But don't feel like you have to have bare skin on show. But I do think having a bit of ankle is a good way to go with the loafer. Again, just to kind of stop the loafer looking too bottom heavy, which it would do, I think, with wider legs. So keeping it a bit cropped. I've gone for these balloon style jeans. So like I said, it doesn't have to be straight. So I've gone for the balloon style, a little bit more relaxed. And here we've got a balance of styles. The loafer is inherently quite formal. It's a smarter piece of footwear. And then what I love to do is kind of give a contrast to that and throw in something a lot more casual. And I think that's what style is all about. It's about playing with different types of things and how you can mesh those together in different ways. So having that more relaxed style of denim against the smarter shoe works really nicely. And then we've balanced out the top as well by going for this smarter jacket on the top. So you've got this smart at the top, casual in the middle, and then smart at the bottom. And then you've got kind of, it's not a color sandwich, well, it is a color sandwich, but it's also like a kind of smartness sandwich, in that it's a balance on the eye with the smarter pieces versus the casual pieces. I hope that makes sense. So before we move on to my next piece of footwear, which I think you're all gonna love, I just wanted to give a shout out to the packaging, recycled packaging, obviously recyclable, and I really like this kind of very minimal style, and I think it's really reflective of the brand. They're just so chic, minimal, classic. Everything I love about fashion, I feel like they represent as a brand in everything they do, even down to their packaging. So of course, an autumn footwear favorite, autumn winter footwear favorite is a classic riding boots. And these are the Flattered Francis leather boots. And these are absolutely beautiful. They're so classic. I love everything about the design. I talk all the time about looking for those small details that really make a piece. And although these on the surface look very simple, there's lots of small design details that goes into making this look so chic. And one of them is that it doesn't have a zip. I actually love that it doesn't have a zip. It means as well you don't need to worry about your hardware and matching your hardware or not matching your hardware, and you just slip them on. They're so chic and minimal. I love the simple rounded toe on this. I love that the heel isn't too chunky. I love how it's not a tight leg, but it's also not really, really wide. And this little additional bit at the top can help you pull on your boots, but they're just a real classic. And I think anybody at any age can wear a pair of boots like this. There's so many different ways you can wear them as well. And I felt like when I was styling both of these shoes, actually, I felt like I could have gone on and on with different styling options. And I think that's what you want. When you want to invest in a good pair of shoes and boots, you want something that will really be able to work hard in your wardrobe and go with lots of different pieces. So for the first look with the Francis boots, I wanted to do a mini skirt, just mix it up a bit and show you some skirt options. I think the mini skirt works really nicely with the boots. And again, it's all about the proportions here. So I've gone for the mini skirt and then kept it nice and loose and oversized on top with this big chunky jumper and oversized cream coat. Now, if you note here, this isn't all about color balancing. You don't have to wear a black coat or a black blazer with black boots. You can balance in different ways. So obviously the boots are quite a chunky piece. We want to balance those out somehow. And I think doing that through proportions is a really easy, simple way to do that. So I've gone for the oversized coat, oversized knit. You could do one or the other. And I think if you took the coat off with the oversized knit, then the boots would still work and look good. And I think, again, it's kind of crucial to have a long sleeve to balance out the length of the boots, especially when you've got the mini skirt on, which already feels quite tight. I think if you imagine the mini skirt with a really tight top and that's it, especially like a sleeveless tight top, it would all feel too top heavy, I think. So just having that chunkier piece on top definitely helps to balance it out. And I really love the simplicity of the black with the cream. And I think the boots just work so nicely with a mini skirt, or you could do it with a pair of shorts as well. So for a slightly more formal, almost workwear look, well, I definitely think you could wear this for a smart casual work environment. I've gone for a midi maxi skirt for the next one. And I think the beauty of these boots is that they kind of work with any skirt length. And I wanted to show that you don't have to always show the boot of the leg. The leg of the boot in order to wear the boots. You can kind of wear that longer length skirt with the boots and it still looks great. So I've got the boots on here with this longer length skirt. And then again, I've not balanced it out with color. I've used proportions with this chunky cropped jacket. It's a bit boxy, it's a bit loose, and that's what helps to balance out the length of the skirt and the chunky boots. So I definitely think go for cropped if you're wearing a long skirt, unless you've got like a maxi coat, which falls the same length of your skirt, I would always opt for something a bit more cropped with your longer length skirts like this. And I think, like I said, it just helps to balance out the bottom half. And then I really did just want to show the diversity of the Francis boots and go for kind of the opposite end of the spectrum, a lot more casual, a country day out, going for a walk, and a roast on a Sunday, and this is the kind of thing I would wear. So I've kept it really classic with some jeans, a white shirt, and then this kind of heritage Barber-esque style coat. I also think it's important to note that you don't need leggings or tights to tuck trousers into boots or to tuck into boots. You can go for a straight leg as well. Don't feel like you always have to have something really skin tight to wear with these boots. I actually think it looks nicer if you've got a slightly looser leg trouser or a slightly looser leg jean with these boots rather than skin tight. You can kind of do anything with this. Just make sure it's not too baggy. So I would go for a straight leg jean or a straight leg trouser, and I think you could easily tuck these into the riding boots. So I've gone for a straighter leg style of jean with the boots, which I think works really nicely. A crisp shirt, again, it's long sleeves, it's helping to balance out the boots even if I took the coat off, and then the coat just kind of helps to finish it all off. And again, it definitely helps to balance the boots, but I don't think you need the coat to do that. I think the sleeves and the fact that the shirt has a bit of structure to it does that in itself. Or you could do it with a chunky knit, a sweatshirt, that kind of thing. Definitely something a little bit chunkier on top, which I think, to be honest, is a natural feeling anyway. When it's a bit cooler, we go for those chunkier, warmer styles on the top. So I do think it's a kind of look that we would go for anyway to balance it all out. But I think the coat just finishes it off and finishes this country style look and just shows the versatility of the boot, that you can take them from work, from casual at the weekend, right through to, you know, like a Sunday afternoon pub lunch. So definitely an all-rounder. I think the loafers are an all-rounder too. And if you go on Flattered's website, you'll see a whole plethora of shoes that are all-rounder shoes. I think any piece you take from their website has been thought through so well that you couldn't go wrong with any shoe that they have. They're all so wearable in many different ways, and that's the beauty of the brand, to be honest. So I'm feeling really, really lucky that I get to share them on YouTube. As I say, I've shared them on Instagram so many times, so I'm really happy that I get to bring it over to YouTube and share them with you. So if you are thinking of shopping, don't forget the discount code. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you very shortly in my next video. Bye.